SMT Nation, welcome back to the channel. We've got a special video here today. I did a little bit of testing inside, indoors, trying to connect to the T-Mobile 5G UC and the Verizon 5G Ultra Wideband and AT&T 5G Plus. I was actually doing a little bit of grocery shopping, and I was inside the Aldi in Middleburg Heights, Ohio. I'm going to show you guys a map of that location. I want to show you kind of like the setup and network traffic and the positioning of the tower sites where each of the carriers are. But let me kind of show you first what exactly we're seeing here. All right, so this speed test here is a T-Mobile test that I did in the very back of the store by the dairy coolers. This is going to be what I would assume is the hardest place to try to get a good signal, and it held up decent. All right, the signal may not be the strongest. You will see I'm picking up 5G, so we're probably looking at 15 megahertz N71. I'm assuming maybe some PCS in there. It's possible, but the signal's pretty weak on that end. So it could just be N71 on PCS, or I don't know what else it could be really. Ping time of 41 and a jitter of 7, and then for downlink 56, and then the uplink 2. All right, so what does this mean? Your phone is usable. If you were using it for like playing music, or you were on a call, or uh, maybe FaceTime would work. I'm not sure about that uplink. It's a little skimpy at 2 megs. But for the most part, I think 99% of people would be fine. You probably wouldn't notice like any hiccups or any trouble with that connection. So considering the setup where you're at and kind of what's going on there, I think this is perfectly acceptable. I don't see any issues there. It's 5:30 p.m. Memorial Day. All right, next. This particular test is for Verizon. And again, I'm testing on the same device, right? I just switched the SIM card. All right. And in this instance, Verizon 40 ping and then a jitter of 4 milliseconds. So a little bit more stable. The latency slightly higher. But we got 93 megs on the downlink, and we got almost, well, we'll just call it 9.5 on the uplink. This is a better test than the T-Mobile test. Okay. Now, this is running DSS. This is low band 5G that is shared between LTE and 5G. This is the band 5 variation of 5G. It's 850 megahertz. All right, nothing to write home about, but that is very good considering the setting. Back of the store, furthest away from the doors and entrances. Yeah, I think this is great. 93 down, 9.5 up. Plenty good no matter what you're doing. You would be perfectly fine. I can't see that being an issue under any circumstances there. All right, moving to AT&T. They were the only carrier that did not have 5G within the store. Made no difference. Ping time of, I believe, 36, a jitter of 3. So very similar to like Verizon and T-Mobile in that respect. This one was the fastest of the carriers, 111 megs on the down, and then 5.5 on the up. So the uplink not as good as Verizon's, but the downlink plenty good. It was actually the fastest one, and you'll see it's connected to 5GE all the way in the back end of the store. What are you getting there? You're probably getting some band 14, probably getting PCS as well. Verizon, in their instance, you're probably getting the 10 megahertz of the band 5, and then you're probably getting PCS as well. Maybe AWS. It's possible. I don't know. But anyways, that's how they were in the hardest location for the testing. Now, after I got myself rung up and I went to the very back, or to the very front of the store, I went ahead and ran the test again. Being near the front of the entrance, there were windows, there was the doors opening and closing. I was thinking that the speeds would be a lot better, and they really weren't all that much different. I was kind of surprised. So T-Mobile came in 39 ping, 21 jitter, 56 on the downlink, and 5.5 on the uplink. Still fine. I don't have any qualms or issues with that being indoors. All things considered, I'm okay with that. But again, the 5G UC not connecting, and there's a known site very close by, and that's kind of what I was testing here, right? So we'll just keep that, in the back of your mind as we kind of proceed through this testing. Verizon 5G Ultra Wideband, meanwhile, picked up at the very front of the store. They got 30 ping, 3 jitter, 303 megabits on the downlink, and then 8.9 megabits on the uplink. The uplink not that great, but the signal, the 5G Ultra Wideband, N77 3.7 gigahertz picked up, and the downlink was very good. Okay, so that's a 60 megahertz channel, by the way. The 5G UC for T-Mobile is a 100 megahertz channel, but I wasn't able to pick it up. All right, now let's see if we finally got the 5G from AT&T. No, we're still getting 5G E. And actually, this is weird because the speeds were a little slower on this test. 41 ping, 28 jitter, so kind of a shaky connection there. 72 down and 4 up. So their results were actually better in the back end of the store, which is kind of crazy. Who knows? Maybe it was momentary congestion or something. I'm not sure. All right, and then let's move over to outdoor. This is literally with the phone sitting on the back glass as I was putting the groceries away in my trunk. All right, you got T-Mobile showing the 5G you see. It was picking it up. 474 on the downlink, 9 on the uplink, 20 millisecond ping, no jitter. So the connection much more stable. Uplink, it's usable. The downlink was very good. Okay, so obviously the 5G UC was there. It did not get into the store. I was shocked. I'm going to show you guys a map as to why I'm shocked that it didn't get into the store. You'll see why. Here is the Verizon 5G Ultra Wideband. 462 down, 31 up, 30 ping, 4 jitter. That's a pretty good test. So very comparable results to the T-Mobile test. Surprising there because T-Mobile has a 100 megahertz channel of NR, N41, and Verizon has a 60 megahertz channel of N77. So, that's something to note there. Let's kind of look at what AT&T had. Now, I finally got 5G when I went outside, but again, it's DSS. This is their version of 5G in the mid band. They use N2 over here, which is AWS, or excuse me, PCS. I think they have a 15 by 15 channel of that. It might be 20 megahertz. I'm not sure. 63 down, 2 up, 39 ping, 20 jitter. Not all that stable, kind of jittery. It was faster in the store actually for the other two tests. I have no idea. Maybe I was picking up a different cell. I don't know. It's possible. But kind of shocking there. Now here's what I want to show you guys, and this is why I'm shocked by the results. Excuse me. Okay, so here is the Aldi store located off of Bagley Road. What I want to show you guys here is the store is on the what would this be? This would be the north side of the street, and the tower site is like right behind Southwest General Hospital by like a quarter mile, maybe. Maybe there's a third of a mile away from the Aldi store. This is why I was so shocked. The tower's like literally like somewhere over here. It's like right by Old Oak Boulevard. It's like somewhere in between here. I can't see it being more than a third of a mile away. It might be even shorter. It might be like a quarter mile. It is so close. And the tower is a boomer. It is way up high. And it reaches all types of range from what I know, from what I've seen. I'm shocked it didn't work inside the Aldi. I have no clue why. Now, in terms of Verizon, they're actually on the other side of Aldi, and they're a little bit further away. They're like, I think that tower site is somewhere over here. Trying to remember. Okay, so here's where the AT&T site is. It's over here by this CubeSmart thing. It's like actually right behind here. And then the Verizon site, I think, is like right over here. So it's maybe 3/4 of a mile away, maybe a mile away tops for the Verizon one. The AT&T site might be closer to like a mile and a half, just because I know it's like somewhere back here. I'm absolutely shocked that the Verizon site was picked up on a higher frequency and the T-Mobile site wasn't picked up and it was closer with a lower frequency. I just don't understand. I'm actually kind of reaching out to you guys to know if this is the same thing you're seeing. Obviously, you would have to have like a Verizon SIM, an AT&T SIM, and a T-Mobile SIM to test them all equally or whatever. I really wish the sites were on the same, I wish they were all co-located on the same site to really test this. But I was shocked to see that it did not work inside that store. Lower frequency, that site, that T-Mobile N41 site has been up and running for like over a year. That Verizon site has been up and running for like a month. And it was really problematic when I first started testing it, but it's running great now. You guys can see it's picking up indoors just fine. And I don't know, man. I'm I'm not seeing what some people are enjoying from the T-Mobile N41, which is disappointing because I want to use it more and I like to test it and say, report good things. And it's definitely better than, like, say, for example, last year. I was shocked by this result. Wow, are you guys? Do you see something similar? Do you see something different? These these tests were not taken from far away. I'd love to hear what you guys have to say. You all, the voice of the people, the SMT Nation. Let your voice be heard. Please do like, share, and subscribe for more if you want content like this, and then turn on the bell notifications icon so you never miss an upload. There are links for my Patreon page if you want to support us and get early access to content and exclusive videos. Not found anywhere else. You can find that in the description. Also, my Twitter handle and all business inquiries you can send over to the Gmail address in the description box. Thank you for watching. Comment down below. We will see you all in the next video. Peace.